I do recommend that you guys do watch the entire video because I have a lot to say for this video, of course, because I was putting a lot of time into getting everything correct. So again, I hope you do watch the entire thing. Hope everybody is doing well. My name is Redrix. In today's Destiny 2 video, I want to talk about the expectations Bungie needs to set for the Witch Queen expansion. Now, if you want to join our Destiny 2 Discord, which we talk a lot of stuff about this, I would really appreciate it. We have about 400 people in here. Let's get to 500 members. I will link that in the description down below. And also leave a like and let me know your comments on your feedback of Beyond Light. But other than that, let's get on with the video. Beyond Light released about 2 months ago, and with that brought a new destination, Return to Destination, brought some new subclasses, and again, brought some, weapons and stuff like that. Stuff that I did not enjoy was the sunsetting and deleting content. And now every year, we will see a bunch of content or a part of content be removed from Destiny before a major expansion drops, which I, again, still don't like. And sunsetting, of course. I do not recommend sunsetting. I know people got to have a different style of things, but again, like, sunsetting, I don't know. All the weapons I grinded for last year, only a year ago, I can't use anymore. All the stuff from Shadowkeep, I can't use anymore. From day one Shadowkeep, I loved the moon weapons, in my opinion. And now they're gone. I don't like that. I don't like, again, content being removed. Beyond Light had a lot of good content, but I don't think it filled in all the content that was removed. I felt like Bungie kind of removed a bit too much. I don't know if that's me. I know seasonal content will be going throughout the whole year, but I don't feel like the seasonal content would fill in all the rest that was removed before Beyond Light launched. Again, sunsetting and the removing of content wasn't a huge feel for me. The campaign was a different style this year. If you didn't know, it wasn't just completing missions over and over. It kind of had a cool quest, and I know every, expansion kind of has a quest to it, but this quest was a bit different. It asked you to go around Europa and asked you to find some stuff. So I just felt like Beyond Light's campaign had a different style to it than every other year. I don't know if that was me or that was just because it had a different style, but I liked it. I just felt like Aramis was not a crazy boss, really. I felt like it was just, there, like just a normal boss like usual. Like, I know we didn't really have a boss in Shadowkeep, and of course, Forsaken had, the Aramkara, Riven, had Uldren, it had a lot of bosses in Forsaken. I'm not going to ask for huge bosses like that, but I want to have a good, boss to villain, a good villain to kill, who has a good in-depth story. Now, don't get me wrong, I just don't read the lore. Maybe Aramis has a really good story, but I felt like she wasn't like someone I was getting up to know. Like, Oryx is, by all means, the best villain I've seen in Destiny because, again, he was hinted back in Crota's End about a year before he was ever released. But Aramis, we just knew since June, really. We didn't actually, since, July or whatever when she was released. So I didn't really have a huge, crazy connection with Aramis. She just froze. I don't know if I like that. So the campaign was not a huge feel for me. So I hope the Witch Queen and Lightfall's campaign have a more style, and I know Savathun and the Winnower, the next two bosses, probably will have a huge more in-depth story than Aramis did, but again, I just don't want, a villain just to be made just to be there. Another thing was Season of the Hunt. I'm going to name that Season of the Hunt was an okay season. It wasn't too crazy. It wasn't bad like Season of the Worthy, but yet good like Season of Opulence. But I don't like the Sagera's dead, It's said in the lore, or said that's in just dialogue, that without a cutscene, that Sagera, Osiris's ghost, died from a hive celebrant or whatever. If that, I don't know, really. That was just it, I did not like that. I want to have a good cutscene of what happened before. I don't like when Zavala just says it and I'm going from to the moon with Zavala saying it in the background. That's not a good way to introduce a season, in my opinion. I want some action. I want me to be in the cutscenes doing stuff. I said this beginning back then, 2 years ago. Why is it every time we see a cutscene, it's always some other character or us talking? Why can we not see the cutscene where we're actually shooting stuff? It makes us feel more of a, in depth. We always see other characters doing all the shooting. I want to see myself killing Hive and killing Vex. God dang it, Bungie, please make cutscenes in the future about that. Season of the Hunt didn't really release a lot of weapons. I think it only brought 5 weapons. And I know it actually one of the first seasons where I actually say there's a more in-depth story. It last year it was Season of the Undying, Season of Dawn, Season of the Worthy, and Season of Arrivals. It went from Vex Offensive, Vex going into the Black Garden, to Cabal on Mercury. Then it went to the Almighty, and then Pyramid Ships. So I gotta admit, last year had a seasonal kind of base. It was one of the best, starting of the connections to each of the seasons. But this season might be one of the ones that start because Aldrin got revived since Forsaken. So I kind of like that feel. So I hope the seasonal seasons next year in the Witch Queen and Lightfall have a more in-depth, seasonal thing. An evolving world, I like to call it. Again, Europa brought a lot of secrets, and I like that. I hope whatever destination the Witch Queen and Lightfall has connections like it. I just don't want a reskin of a place like the moon, and speculations have been coming out that Venus might be coming back, which I love Venus. So Venus is the only location that, in my opinion, out of the three best. The only locations that haven't been in Destiny 2 is the Dreadnought, is the Plague Lands, and is Venus. Now, I feel like Venus, out of all the three, is the one that I can't wait for. But I just don't like Shadowkeep. One of the reasons I didn't like Shadowkeep was because the moon was a reskin location. I did not like that, and I hope they don't reskin locations. But people have been perfecting that, the Mars or Mercury or one of the planets like Io or one of the planets that got removed will come back. And I don't know if I like that, if it's the same planet, I don't know what I feel about those kind of things. Locations that got removed and then they come back later, I don't know if I like that. I gotta feel like what will happen in the future. Just time will tell for that. Again, Beyond Light, delivered good content, but it wasn't probably enough. They just have to have more of a styled campaign on the villain. And the raid boss was a reskin for the fourth. It was Tannix. The raid boss was Tannix too. It was a reskin. I wanted Atrax to be the raid boss. I did not like Tannix being the raid boss again. I don't know. It was like the villain we faced 4 times. We faced it in D1, and then we faced it in Shadowkeep a year ago, and now it's the raid boss, Tannix? I don't know if I like that, guys. I don't know if I like raid bosses like that. But other than the raid, again, the raid was good in a way. I like doing raid day 1, but I did not like contest mode. But now the raid, everyone's saying is too easy. But who knows? Time will tell for that. I just hope the campaign has a better style on the Witch Queen. I hope that the destination has a lot of good stuff like Beyond Light had, but I do not like Timegation. Again, Timegation has to happen. Just try to deliver more of the content, then and there instead of waiting until January. I hope the seasonal content, like Season of the Hunt, I hope they have a better season, have more weapons, it's more in-depth. I hope it has a better, activity, in my opinion, and I do not want to have a Season of the Worthy, no way. Other than that, though, no more sunsetting, please, but I know it's going to happen. I just don't know if I like it. And the removing of content is not something I do enjoy. Again, we just have to find out what time will tell with these expansions, but I really do hope the Witch Queen is a excellent expansion. But I can't say that for sure because I was all tied to hoping that Beyond Light would be a good expansion. And it was good, but it wasn't the best, and I really got disappointed with it, and I hope Witch Queen and Lightfall don't need to focus on it. Hope they're bigger than Beyond Light, and I hope they have a more in-depth style. Hope you guys did enjoy today's video. It was just a cool video, just me describing my feelings of Beyond Light, and I hope that you guys put your feedback down below and join my Discord and subscribe. We're so close to 5K. Hope everyone has an excellent new year, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.